Day 506 of doing a LeetCode problem every day until I get a job. All right, y'all, we're back again another day, another LeetCode problem where we're doing daily LeetCode problems. And today we have question number 1912, design movie rental system. The difficulty level is hard, but don't worry because you already know we're going to keep the solution as simple and easy to understand as possible. But before we get started, y'all, don't forget to like, hype, subscribe, comment, and share. And if you need any new Apple AirPods, go ahead and check out this link in the description so you can get you some. Now let's see what the question says. You have a movie renting company consisting of N shops. You want to implement a renting system that supports searching for booking and returning movies. The system should also support generating a report of the currently rented movies. Each movie is given as a 2D integer array entries where entries of I is equal to shops I, movie I, and price I. Indicates that there is a copy of a movie I at shop I with a rental price of price I. Each shop carries at most one copy of a movie. The system should support the following functions. Search finds the cheapest 5 shops that have an unrented movie. Copy of a given has that have an unrented copy of a given movie. The shops should be sorted by price in ascending order, and in case of a tie, the one with the smallest shop should appear first. If there are less than 5 matching shops, then all of them should be returned. If no shop has an unrented copy, then an empty list should be returned. Rents an unrented copy of a given movie from the given shop. Drops off a previously rented copy of a given movie at a given shop. Let's see. Report returns the cheapest 5 rented movies, possibly of the same movie ID, as a 2D list res, where res of J equals shop J movie J, described that the jth cheapest rented movie J, was rented from the shop J. The movie is in res should be sorted by price in ascending order, and in case of a tie, the one with the smallest shop J should appear first, and if there is still a tie, the one with the smaller movie J should appear first. If there are fewer than 5 rented movies, then all of them should be returned. If no movies are currently being rented, then the empty list should be returned. So what we're doing is we are implementing the movie renting system class. The movie renting system class initializes the movie renting system object within shops and the movies in entries. The list function returns a list of shops that have an unrented copy of the given movie as described above. The rent function rents the given movie from the given shop. The drop function drops off a previously rented movie at the given shop. And the report function returns a list of the cheapest rented movies as described above. Note that test cases will be generated such that rent will only be called if the shop has an unrented copy of the movie, and drop will only be called if the shop has previously rented out the movie. Okay, y'all, so that definitely seems a little bit confusing. So let's go ahead and take a look at these examples just to make sure that we are doing this problem correctly. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to copy this input and output over here to give y'all a better visual representation of what's going on as we go through the explanation. So let me just clean this up for y'all so it could make sense. And then let me grab this from up here so we can see what corresponds to what. We can just put this all the way up here. Boom. Let's see. Okay, so we should be good. Now let's look at these explanations. Let's look at this explanation to see how we can solve this problem. So the first thing we're going to do is we're going to initialize the movie renting system with this input right here. So that's all we're doing. Okay, also let me put an array bracket right here. In the end, this array should look like, or actually let me put 2 arrays. Boom. So this array will be the rented array, and this will be the output array. So in the end, in the end, this output array, this array right here, should look like this output right here that they gave us. And then this rented array, we're just gonna use that so we can see which movies have been rented and which movies have not been rented. So let's get back into this explanation. So the first thing we're gonna do, once again, we're going to initialize this class. So this class has three. It has, that's where this 3 comes from. It has 3 different shops. So we have, so shops are at index 0. So we have a shop 0 right here. These are all our shop 0 arrays. Then we have a shop 1, and we have a shop 2. So initially, and not even initially, we're initializing the 3 shops. That's where this 3 comes from, because there's 3 shops. And this right here corresponds to us just initializing the 3 movie shops. So we could pass in null in our output because all we did was initialize the shop. We didn't return anything. So we could just put null in our output to start. So boom, we could do this. We can get rid of this because we already called it. And then we can also, we could leave the 3. It doesn't really matter. Boom. Or we might, just so it doesn't get confused, we can remove the 3 as well, because the 3 shops, we have the 3 shops. So now, next we're calling this search function. So we're searching 1, right? So it says right here, sorry y'all, let me see. Oh, right here, movie renting system search 1. So that's what we're doing right now. We're calling search on this 1 right here. So what that means is, let's see what that does. It says the search, we're going to find we're going to find the cheapest 5 shops that have unrented copy of the given movie. So in this case, we're looking for the movie. The given movie is 1, right? It says right here, search 1. So we're searching for movie 1. We want to return we want to find the 5 shops, or we want to find the cheapest 5 shops that have an unrented copy of a given movie. The shops should be sorted by price in ascending order, and in case of a tie, the one with the smallest shop I should appear first. So let's come back down here. Boom, we call in search 1. We return 1, 0, and 2, right? Because so we're looking for the shops with a movie 1. So we're searching for movie 1. So we have movie 1 right here. So remember, this is the order of each array. So it goes shop, movie, price. So we have the movie 1 right here. We have the movie 1 right here. And we have the movie 1 right here. Now we need to sort them. It says right here, the shop should be sorted by price. So we need to sort them by price. So this has a price of 5. This has a price of 4. And this has a price of 5. It says right here, and in case of a tie, the one with the smallest shop should appear first. So that means this has a smaller shop than this. So that means this is going to come first. But in the end, this has a cheaper price. So this is going to go first. And then this comes after because it has a cheaper shop than this one. Boom. So that's how the order goes. That's why we return 1, 0, 2, right? Just to make sure. Let me see. Search 1, return 1, 0, 2. So that's why. So we've returned the 1 from right here, right? Because this movie 1 is at shop 1. So that's why we will return 1. It'll be shop 1 will come first. Then we return shop 0 because this shop and this shop both have movie 1 right here, right? But this shop has a smaller shop than this shop. So we're going to put this shop next, right? So that's where the 0 comes in. So then we put the 0 and the 2 for this shop comes last. Boom. So then we call search, and then we keep going. We call search, and we 1, so we keep going. Now we're calling rent for 0 and 1. So let's see what rent means. Rent says rents an unrented copy of a given movie from a given shop. So the explanation says, let's see, that search. So we're going to rent 01 right here. So we're going to rent movie 1 from shop 0. So unrented movies at shop 0 are now 2 and 3. So we're going to, once again, we're going to remove movie 1 from shop 0. So movie 1 is right here, shop, and it has shop 0. So we're going to remove this because it's being rented. So we could just remove that. We'll just put it over here in our rented array. Boom. So we can keep track of what movies have been rented and what movies have not been rented. Boom. And then we could pass in null right here because we're not returning anything. We're just removing it. Boom. Oh, and sorry, y'all. Oh, no. Sorry, y'all. Not right here. That's the rented. We're putting the null right here in the output. Boom. Okay, so now we call rent on 01. Boom. So let's get rid of that so we don't get confused. Boom. Now we're calling rent on movie 2 at shop 1. Just to make sure, movie system rent, we're calling rent on 1, 2. So we rent movie 2 from shop 1. Unrented movies at shop 1 are now 1. So once again, we're going to rent, or we're going to remove movie 2, boom, from shop 1. Boom, right here. So we can remove this because it's been rented. We could put this in the rent array, and then we can also remove this because we called it already. So we can move this and remove this. Boom. Now we are calling report, right? So report is just blank right there. Let's see what report does. Report returns the cheapest 5 rented movies, possibly the same movie ID as a 2D list res, where res of J and shop equals shop of J and movie J. So we are returning the 5 cheapest rented movies. So we have our rented movies right here. We want to return the 5 cheapest, but we only have 2, so we need to return both of these in order though, right? So they should be sorted by price in ascending order. In the case of a tie, the one with the smaller shop should appear first, and if there's still a tie, the one with the smaller movie should appear first. So let's come back up here. Down here, we call report return 01 and 12. So movie 1 from shop 0 is the cheapest, so that's right here. Boom. And then movie followed by movie 2 from shop 1. So this is movie 2 from shop 1. This is movie 1 from shop 0. We are just returning 0 and 1 for the shops. So we're gonna just come right here, or actually we're returning a 2D array of the shop and movie. So first is movie 1 from shop 0, so we could put 0, 1. And then we are removing, this is movie 1 from shop 0. And then we are also, we have another rented movie with movie 2 from shop 1, so we put that second. Boom. Still in our 2D array, so we say 1, 2 for movie 2 at shop 1. So these are the movies, the 2 rented movies, and they're sorted in the correct order that we need to sort them in. So that's what this report does. We're just finding the 5 movies. What does it say? We're finding the 5 cheapest rented movies, right? So in this case, it's only 2. So we're just taking these 2 movies, and we are returning them with their shop and the movie. Boom. Then, so we call this, we get rid of this. Boom. Then we are calling drop on this right here. Boom. So let's see what drops off a previously rented movie at a given shop. So now what we're doing is we are, let me see. Let's search. Oh, drop right here. Movie rented drop 1, 2. So we're dropping off movie 2 at shop 1. Unrented movies at shop 1 are now 1 and 2. So we're dropping off movie 2 at shop 1. So we're dropping this movie off. Boom. So now it's back up here. We can put it back up here. Boom. Because it's dropped off. Or Let's put it over here so we could still have some type of order by the shops. Boom. So now that movie's dropped off. We just dropped it off, and we could just return null because we're not returning anything. We're just dropping the movie off. Then, so we could get rid of this because we called it. Boom. Then finally, we're calling search on 2. So we return 0, 1. Movies of ID 2 are unrented at shop 0 and 1. So we have a movie 2 right here at shop 0, and we have a movie 2 right here at shop 1. Shop 0 has the cheaper price, so we're going to put that first, and that's why we just return 0, 1. Boom, and now this should match this. I forgot to put a null right here, but this null comes from when we called, let's see where the null comes from before we move on. So we initialized, then we searched, then we rented. So the null comes from the second rent right here. We rented these. I should have put in a null right here. I forgot. Sorry about that. But in the end, I hope that makes sense to y'all. If you don't understand it, I suggest you go through it on your own, make it make sense. But I tried to give y'all the best example that I could. I know it's a little confusing, but I think y'all should be able to get through it. So now that we understand the question, y'all, let's get into the fun part, the actual solution. Solution is not that difficult at all. It's a little lengthy, but we should be able to get through it. Now, the first thing we are going to do is we're going to create a movie struct. So we're going to say struct movie, then we're going to say colon, we're going to say comparable, comma, hashable, boom. Then we're going to open up the brackets. Then, so we need a shop identifier. We're going to say let shop colon, that's going to be an integer. We need a movie identifier, so we're going to say let movie colon, that's going to be an integer. Then we need the rental price for the movie at this shop, so we're going to say let price colon, that's going to be an integer as well. Now, 2 movie objects are equal if they share the same movie price and shop. So we can handle that by saying static func equals, open up the parentheses, then we're going to say LHS colon self, then we're going to say RHS colon self. It's going to return a Boolean. We're going to open up the brackets, and we are going to return, open up the parentheses, LHS dot movie, comma, LHS dot price, comma, LHS dot shop. Come outside these parentheses, we're going to say equals, then we're going to say, open up the parentheses, say RHS dot movie, comma, RHS dot price, comma, RHS dot shop. Boom. Now we need the ordering logic for sorting, so it's going to go by lower price, then if the prices are equal, lower shop ID first, then if the price and shop are equal, lower movie ID first. So to handle that, we'll come right here, we'll say static func, put the less than sign, open up the parentheses, we're going to say LHS colon self, comma, RHS colon self. Once again, it's going to return a Boolean, and we're going to open up the brackets. Then we're going to say if LHS dot price equals RHS dot price, and 2 and signs, LHS dot shop equals RHS dot shop. Then we're going to come right here, we're going to open up the brackets, and we're going to say return LHS dot movie is less than RHS dot movie. Boom. Then we'll come right here, we'll say else if LHS dot price equals RHS dot price. We're going to open up the brackets and we are going to return LHS dot shop is less than RHS dot shop. Boom. Then we are going to come right here. We're going to say else. We're just going to return LHS dot price is less than RHS dot price. Boom. So that's it for our movie struct. Now let's get into this movie renting class, which is what the question is all about, y'all. So first, we need a dictionary to map a movie ID to a sorted array of movie listings across all shops. Each array is going to be kept sorted and according to the movie's comparable results. So we're going to come right here in this class, and we are going to declare a variable called movie to price and set that equal to a dictionary of integers colon an array of movies or movie. Come outside of these square brackets and put the parentheses. Then for each shop is going to hold a set of movie listings that are currently available for rent. So for that, we could just declare, I'll come underneath this, declare a variable called shop to movie, and we're going to set that equal to an array of sets less than movies. So an array of set movies, I guess you could say, and we're going to come outside of this and put the parentheses like so. Then we need a min heap of movies that are currently rented, ordered by price, shop, and movie, and used quickly to return the global top 5 cheapest rented movies. So we're going to declare a variable called rented movie, and we are going to set that equal to a heap less than movie greater than, and put the parentheses like that. Then we need a direct lookup from the shop and movie key to its movie object so we can quickly retrieve the exact listing to remove and reinsert. So for that, we're going to declare a variable called shop movie map. Set that equal to a 2D array of integers, or an array of, not a 2D array of integers, an array or a dictionary of an array of integers and a movie. So open up the square brackets, then we're going to, for the dictionary, then the key is going to be an array of integers, colon, and the value is going to be a movie. And we're going to come outside of that and put the parentheses. Boom. Now we need to initialize the system with n shops, or as many shops as we need, and a list of movie entries. Each entry is going to be shop, then movie, then price. So we come in this init, we're going to say shop to movie is equal to an array, open up the parentheses, repeating, colon, set, then less than movie greater than, put the parentheses, then we'll say comma count, colon, n. Boom. Now we need to populate all data structures with the provided entries. So we come underneath this and we're going to say for I n entries. We are going to open up the brackets and we're going to say let movie equal I square bracket 1. Then we're going to come underneath that. We're going to say let shop equal I square bracket 0. And we're going to say let price equal I square bracket 2. Then we're going to come underneath that. We're going to say let entry equal movie, open up the parentheses, shop, shop, comma, movie, movie, comma, price, price. Just like that. Now we need to track this listing under its movie ID for searching by movie. So we come underneath this. Come outside underneath this for loop. And still inside the for loop. Then we're going to say movie to price, square bracket, movie, comma, default, colon, a blank array, come outside both of those square brackets. We're going to say dot append, open up the parentheses, and pass an entry. Then we need to add the movies to the set of movies available at the shop. So come underneath this, we're going to say shop to movie, square bracket, shop, come outside the square bracket, say dot insert, open up the parentheses and pass an entry. Then we need to store for quick shop movie lookup. So we're gonna say shop movie map, square bracket, shop, comma, movie. Come outside of that, we're gonna set that equal to entry. Boom. Now we need to get started on our search function. So this is going to return up to 5 shop IDs offering the requested movie, and it's going to sort by the lowest price and the lowest shop ID. So we could come right here in our search function, declare a variable called result, set that equal to an array of integers, come outside, put the parentheses, and then we're going to declare a variable called prices. We're going to set that equal to movie to price, square bracket, movie, comma, default, colon, a blank array. Come underneath that, declare a variable called head, and we'll set that equal to 0. Now we're going to walk through the sorted list and collect shops that still have the movie available. So we're going to say while head is less than prices dot count and 2 and signs and result dot count is less than 5. We're going to open up the brackets. We're going to say let min equal prices square bracket head. Come underneath that, we're going to say if shop to movie square bracket min dot shop, come outside of the square brackets dot contains, open up the parentheses min. Then we're going to come outside of that, open up the brackets. We're going to say result dot append, open up the parentheses min dot shop. Boom. Then we're going to come underneath this if, and we're going to say head plus equals 1. Then we're going to come underneath outside this while loop, and we're just going to say return result. Boom. Now let's get to the rent function. The rent function is going to mark a movie as rented. It's going to remove it from the shop's available set, and it's going to insert it into the global rented min heap. So the rent function, all we need to do is say let entry equal shop to movie map square bracket shop comma movie. Boom, just like that. Put the exclamation point at the end. Then we're going to come underneath that. We're going to say shop to movie square bracket shop. Come outside the square bracket dot remove. Open up the parentheses entry. Then we're going to come underneath that and we're going to say rented movie dot insert, open up the parentheses entry, just like that. Now for the drop function, that's going to return a rented movie, so it's going to add it back to the shop's available set, and the movie will naturally be ignored in the rented heap next time if it's popped because we've checked availability. So we could just come right here. We'll say let entry equal shop movie map square bracket shop comma movie. Then we come put the exclamation points outside of that as well. Then we come underneath that and we say shop to movie. Open up the square brackets. We're gonna say shop. Come outside of that. Say dot insert. Open up the parentheses. Entry. Boom. Now we are on our last function. Last but certainly not least, our report function, which is going to report up to 5 currently rented movies with the lowest price, then the lowest shop ID, then the lowest movie ID, and it's going to extract from the rented movie min heap while skipping any listings that have since been dropped or returned. So, first thing we're going to do in this function, we're going to declare a variable called result, and we're going to set that equal to an array of movies. Come right here, put the parentheses. Then we're going to come underneath that. We're going to declare another variable called set. Set that equal to a set of movies. So set less than movie greater than parentheses. Then we are going to say while exclamation point rented movie dot is empty and 2 and signs result dot count is less than 5. Then we're going to open up the brackets. We're going to say let movie equal rented movie dot pop min, put the parentheses and put the exclamation point. Now we're going to confirm this movie is still rented and not present in the shop the movie and avoid duplicates in this result batch. So we come underneath this, still inside the while loop, we're going to say if exclamation point shop to movie square bracket movie dot shop, come outside the square bracket dot contains, open up the square bracket movie, come outside of that, say and 2 and signs exclamation point set dot contains, open up the parentheses movie. Then we're going to open up the brackets and we're going to say result dot append, open up the parentheses, pass in movie, and then we are going to say set dot insert, open up the parentheses, pass in movie. Then we're going to reinsert the extracted movies to keep the heap intact for future calls by coming right here and saying rented movie dot insert, open up the parentheses, contents of colon result. Then we need to return only the shop and the movie pairs as required by the problem. By coming underneath this, we say return result dot map, open up the brackets, open up the square brackets, say $0 dot shop, comma, $0 dot movie. All right, y'all, let's give it a run, make sure it runs correctly. Let's see. Cannot find comparable. Got a typo. Let's fix that. Let's run it again. Okay. Another typo. Let me get rid of that W. Let me get rid of this W. I don't know where those W's came from, but let's run it again. Cannot find shop to movie map. Shop. So let's just put it up here. Hopefully that fixes it. Let's run it again. shop. Okay, let's put that here. Let's run it again. Shop to movie map. Oh, sorry, y'all. The 2 should be right here, not over there. So run it again. Let's see, y'all. Okay, cannot find shop. Maybe I should have just left that declaration how it was. Okay, let's run it again. See if we get rid of these typos. Okay, we have the wrong answer. So let's see where we went wrong. Okay, y'all, let's see if we can figure out why this is giving the wrong answer. Oh, I see. We forgot to add, or not, I forgot to add this last step. This step is going to sort each movie list by price, shop, movie, so searches, return, and shops in the correct order. So we're not ordering them right. So all we have to do is in this init, come right here. We say movie to price dot keys dot for each. Open up the brackets, and we're gonna say movie to price square bracket $0. Come outside the square bracket, put the exclamation point dot sort, y'all, and and put the parentheses, and that should do the trick. Let's see. Let's give it a run. See if that does the trick for us. Let's see. And it's accepted, y'all. So let's go ahead and submit it. Make sure it's still accepted after we submit it. Let's see. And look at that, y'all. 217 milliseconds beats 100% of users. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I like to see, y'all. So before we leave today, make sure you get one more look at the code. This is the movie struct, the top part of the code. Then we have our class, our movie renting class. This is the top part of that. Then we have the rest of that in it, and make sure you get all that good stuff. That's the init. Then we have the search function right here. Then we have the rent function and drop function right here. And then we have the report function right here. And that's all of the code, y'all. So with that being said, I hope y'all learned something today, and I hope to see y'all here tomorrow for another day, another LeetCode problem. See y'all then.